1, 2, 3.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very nice. Howdy, howdy, bluegrass buddies and fiddle friends. It's your old pal Mike Mitchell here from the Floyd Music School and the Mike Mitchell Band with my student, my protege, and my good buddy, Mr. Ben Smith. Say hello to the people, Ben Smith.
Hello, people.
Ben worked up Washington County, which is also known as Washington and Lee Swing. But all of us grassers know and love the fact that Kenny Baker made it into Washington County. And we play it, and we all just love the heck out of it. I have my own version, which is crooked as a dog's hind leg, and we're not going to mess with that. So we're going to stay kind of in the center lane. And Ben's going to help. We are using the Master Fiddle Collection by Craig Duncan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Page 135
135.
of Craig Duncan's book. And it is, let me just make double sure. This book is called the Craig Duncan Master Fiddle Solo Collection.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a sheet music person, find it there on page 135. Ben,
Yeah.
teach it to me.
Okay.
Teach it to me phrase by phrase,
Alrighty.
please.
So we start in up bow. It's a
Up bow, yeah.
Yep. Just walk up.
Now, I would venture to guess that Baker, just knowing a lot of his playing, would have stayed on the 1 and the 3. But we have a choice. And my guess could be wrong as well. Blaine Sprouse would know a lot more than I would. But there's a lot of slidiness. There's a lot of advantage to the... As long as I don't drag my index finger and I get it up there and I'm in tune. And then what have we got?
So then we're kind of walking back down a little.
All right. So we lift a finger off the open A, so we go to an open A. So sorry, Ben, I finished the phrase. But just so I can be in the camera. And I'll use a 2 and a 4 just because it helps me stay less pitchy. And that's a slur. Let's play that phrase together. Count me off.
1, 2, 3.
Great. And I want to talk a little bit about right hand technique. Whatever your bow grip. There's a couple that I teach, and I don't try and tell anyone how to hold their bow or their fiddle. Well, I've told my students. If their parents are paying me money, I'll tell them. But one thing we all have to do is be really flexible here. See the wrist? So we don't want a chicken wing. It's not efficient, right? It's just not. We want to be subtle with that wrist. Now, what is the next phrase, my friend?
Okay. Let's see. So we start on a C over an A. So we got the fourth finger. And that's just a low 1 and 3 chord slid up to the G chord there.
So we have.
And those are just straight quarter notes.
And make sure that I take good care not to be pitchy. There we go.
There it is.
So let me put both of those together. 1, 2, 3. Aha! Now we're getting something.
Yes, sir.
What's next?
So that last note begins 4 eighth notes. We got, and then we just hop those fingers over to the B and G string.
Both fingers move laterally.
Yes, sir.
Over one pair of strings. Okay.
And then we've got our D chord.
So
Just kind of play around with those.
So it's the 1 3 and then the 2 4.
Right.
You probably want to. Because the 1 3, if we hold it there, that's sort of a place marker for the 2 and the 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. So let's go back for that whole first line. Together?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Nice. I had a little bit of a 1 3s. I don't know about any of my fellow fiddlers, but I always get just a little bit anxious when it's time to hold down a 1 3 and put a 2 4. Do you get that way a little bit?
Yeah, I've been there.
It's weird, isn't it? And if I make sure that I'm not anxious, I do it just fine. But I have just a little bit of anxiety when it's time for me to go 1 over 3 and 2 over 4. Anyway, if anyone identifies with that, maybe we should start a fiddler support group. We'll call ourselves the left-handers.
Yeah.
Let's go on with the next phrase, my friend.
Yep.
Nice. Explain it to me if you don't mind.
So we start on just the first finger over open D. Second finger over 4. First over 3. And then
the 1 holds there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You hold your 1 down.
So 1 over open, C sharp, high 2 over 4, 1 over high 3, and then.
This is a dotted 8th.
Okay.
And I like to slur it into the 16th.
That's what you're doing? Ah.
There it is.
So. And then a fat finger. Is it okay with you if I kind of make that,
like that
C a little slidey, a little bluesy? So 1 over open. Nice. Let's play that together. 1, 2, 3. And then we have some fancy schmancy kind of stuff coming
Yep.
up here. Walk me through this, will you?
Alright, so we're starting a down bow here, and we got a shuffle. It's just the open E over a B on A. We had the low second, and then we slide up to that.
Okay,
sharp.
so nice. So that tagging that onto that phrase 2, 3, 4. And you know where that's happening. Walk me through this next,
Okay.
please.
So we're right there. Hold your second finger down.
Hold the second
and
down.
Pop that fourth finger over to the D string. And then you just walk down like we've done before.
Nice. So that's
the end of that
really
phrase.
the kind of the end of the, because the A part
Yeah,
is repetitive,
right.
as so many tunes are, right? The that's really the end of the theme, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just kind of repeats, and then we get a
So
little ending.
we have. Are you tempted to slur that?
I like to slur it.
You know, you were taught well.
Yeah, like it.
I would just say, since we're in the key of A, let's just remember that it's G sharp on the D string, right? It's a high third finger and a high second finger. And we have to balance that and make sure it doesn't try and drag the first finger on the A string into a sharper position. That's where we run the risk of getting a little pitchy there. Because go, get back, dude.
It makes a nice little anchor though for like playing a fourth finger. Cause
It really does. It gives us something to kind of a rail to
Right.
put the fourth finger right up against. All right, so let's play this whole theme, shall we?
yeah.
1, and play it with us. 1, 2, 3. Nice. And then we just repeated. Now there's a little bit
Right.
difference. Walk us through this
So
phrase if you don't
here-
mind, Ben.
You remember in the top line we had? Right, so
Yeah.
here we actually have a dotted quarter there, and it ties into an eighth.
That is so Kenny Baker, isn't it?
Mhm.
So it's a 2/4, 1/3, open over 2, 2 hops over and goes over 4 again, 1/3, open A over 2, 2 stays on D and goes to D, G4, and then we've got that same. But at the first line, we did it as a triplet, da-ga-da-dum, and here Baker, he's doing it as he's doing it as an eighth and 2/16. So again, 2/4.
That's it.
All right, so let's start that whole theme.
Mhm.
2, 3, and. Beautiful. Now, what's the tag?
Yeah, that leads us into this last little kind of tag that ties up and puts a bow on that A part.
Puts a bow on it. Wrap it up.
So we got
So Baker. So Baker. Man, there needs to be I don't know, I hope that there's a lot of like master's degree and even PhD theses being written about
Yeah.
Baker's sensibilities, because it's old time, it's bluegrass, there's some gypsy in it, and it's got a lot of classical violin sensibilities. It just brings this instrument and all of the American points of view on this instrument. It brings them all to bear, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I love it.
it's good stuff.
So we have F sharp, G sharp, A. Is that right?
Yeah. 4 under.
Oh, 4 under 3. I'm going to have to swing my elbow. If I don't swing my elbow, I won't be in tune. So that's a down bow, yes? All right, let's do that one more time. 2, 3, and... Oh, you've got an extra slur in there,
I
dude.
think I might have added it.
And that's okay. You can. I never forget Mike Hartgrove telling me about his conversations with Kenny Baker, trying to get Baker to help him figure out how to bow in the Baker style, and Baker being very emphatic with Hartgrove, saying, "Play it your own way."
All right.
So it's also something very important for us to all consider.
Yeah.
See, from the shape of my hand, and this might be helpful. I get better tuning if I go to third position and use a 1 over 2 rather than try and swing. That's for the shape of my hand. That's what I've learned works for me. So let's play this phrase again. 2, 3, and...
Oh, I got you.
2, 3, and... Then what do you got?
I like to kind of slide that 3.
Nice, bluesy.
That's a dotted quarter. And that's a so we got a C sharp over E, just slid down to the C natural over E
Okay.
flat. Pop our first finger back up for that 1 over D. And then it's just a A
All
chord.
right. Or, again, I may go, which gives me a little bluesy slide. All right, so let's play this last phrase of this A part. 1, 2, 3, and... Fantastic.
Yeah.
And we're going to end this video here, which means, my friends, that this is going to need to be a 2-part series. This is part 1, the A part of Kenny Baker's Washington County. Mike Mitchell for the Floyd Music School, Benjamin Smith for the Floyd Music School, and as always, thanks to all of our friends at Bluegrass Unlimited, Dan Miller, our fearless editor, and everybody behind the scenes making this happen. Hope to see a whole bunch of you next week down in Raleigh at the IBMA, and maybe we'll get to Fiddle one. God bless.